Aries, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. It's been about 10 days since I read for you all. I'm excited to get started with another batch of readings. Now we're going to be taking a look at October. This is the 5 element reading. We're going to take a look at category by category. It's a little different than the first time I initiated this reading last month. I combined 2 decks. So we have all the 5 elements in the Chinese astrology and also in the Chinese medicine theory. So what does that mean? It means we're going to take the highlights of what you can anticipate for the October energies. There's a lot going on astrologically for you, Aries, at this time because of the North and South node and the Aries Libra axis. It's been going on for the last year or so. It's about an 18-month cycle. And right now, you could be remembering or being reminded of the energies that you were faced with around March of this year and what you were learning in your karmic destiny and what kind of relationships were playing out in the dynamics around codependency and around what you needed to release, the people that aren't going to serve you, who you are now and who you are becoming. It's been a very common theme for the Aries Libra collective. So as you go towards your karmic destiny, what is it that you need to release? So those themes might come up today. I just wanted you to I wanted to make those aware to you. I'm sure a lot of you already are, that it's been a difficult struggle to let certain people go this year for you, people that maybe came in quickly or people that you've had in your life for a while where it just doesn't feel aligned. But regardless, let's take a look. And this is all of your relationships. It's not just a significant other or a romantic partner dating. This is everyone, right? It's really what we would call a karmic destiny cleanup time for the Aries and Libra collective especially, but also everyone. So let's call spirit in. We're going to pull from each pile here. We're going to take a look at the major theme, what you don't see coming and what's hiding in the shadows. We're also going to get an Akashic message for each element, as well as a element reading of the Chinese 5 element oracle at the end. So I'm excited to do this. Let's get going. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Aries today. Okay, Aries. Let's see. Don't pay attention to what's already on top because I just wanted to be able to see what I was doing. We're going into the major arcana first. Like I said, 2 decks. What's the major area of growth? Ooh, we had 3 come out. All right, we're going to do it that way. Top one's going to be the major theme, which I'm not surprised to see. What you don't see coming, what's hiding in the shadows. This is beautiful energy, Aries. I'm not surprised to see this at all. So the major theme for October for you is judgment. Like I said, what relationships are you evaluating right now in your life? What kind of decision making are you facing around, who do you need to let go of? All right. Is there some sort of karmic pattern going on? And what are you learning from these relationships in your life? Because our relationships are mirrors for how we're treating ourselves. So are we setting healthy boundaries? Are we prioritizing our needs or the needs of other people? And this is when we really are going through a period of judgment, right? Within and without. What you don't see coming is the sun. More enlightenment, greater fulfillment, happiness, joy, lightheartedness. So you're going from kind of a heavier energy of evaluation, almost as you pivot towards your karmic destiny and you repivot and repivot. It's almost like we keep getting, it's almost if you keep pulling over and being like, am I going in the right direction? Am I going in the right direction? And spirit keeps trying to lead us in the right direction. And, some of us keep pulling over and asking for directions. So it's a proverbial because of the pull of the North and South node, which is our destiny and our karmic relationships. So I do see that where you're headed, right? The karmic pivot that you're going through right now, Aries, is toward your own joy. All right. And what's hiding in the shadows is you wrapping up a major cycle in your life. The world think of it as graduation day, So this cycle hasn't been easy for you, Aries. I know it hasn't because I'm Libra and I'm on the other end of it. I think it's been, we're also in this time period as you've released. You now are aligning yourself with the new opportunities and new relationships and new people that are more aligned with you. and all the growth that you've gone through in this cycle. In other words, you're reaching for more joy and fulfillment in October as a result of the work that you've been doing to clear out your karma. And when I say karma, it means lots of things to lots of people. It's not like you've been cursed or you've been assigned bad things. Everyone has karma coming in. It's what we decided coming in to learn, right? And we learn the most through our relational patterns. And that's how we relate to the world, which is a direct mirror of how we relate to ourselves. And it's all encompassing. And you're telling me I took it on, I conquered it, I've learned from it, and now I'm much happier as a result of it because I know how to make myself happy. Beautiful. So let's go into now. I'm going to switch this up for your other placements as I go about this grouping with your other placements. If you are, we'll say you're Sag rising or whatever, I'm switching the rotation. You are a fire sign, so we're starting with wand energy, okay? We'll do one quick shuffle. And we're going to see what the predominant wand energy for you is. I love this growth. We're going to put this here. Let's bring this down. This growth that you're showing me is really, really beautiful. All right. What is the predominant theme for your wand energy for the month of October, Aries? Okay, this one wants to be a little more coy. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. I have felt that energy coming in. It's been heavy for you at times. You may have been cycling through energies that don't feel... Why is that not coming into focus? There we go. Ten of Wands is, seeing it through, being bound and determined to learn what you need to learn so you don't keep repeating some sort of karmic cycle. And it can get frustrating because you could be going into situations feeling very hopeful, optimistic, and then it not going as according to plan and feeling discouraged, feeling like the path is difficult. When you feel like you're moving upstream, it can be difficult. Let's see what's going on and what you don't see coming here. Six of Wands. You are achieving a beautiful, it's almost like you haven't given up on what this has taught you on this axis this past year. This is going to feel like even this new moon coming up with this solar eclipse in Libra is going to feel like you're wrapping up so much of this past year's energy that what you are going to be feeling predominantly is you're going from a heavier, denser feeling to a lighter feeling. What's hiding in the shadows? Yeah. And it's giving you a nice giddy up, Knight of Wands. So despite the heaviness, we have you see all these wands? And I like to point this out. All the wands have shoots coming off of it. So these are all the different opportunities, the different lessons, the different release patterns that you have been working on. Some of you, it's been numerous aspects of self around your beliefs, around your worth, your value, what you came here to create in your career, what you came here to experience in your love bonds. There's been a lot of past life clearing. And it hasn't been easy because you might have been encountering people, Aries, that felt like deep, deep karmic soulmate bonds from past lives. And you couldn't quite explain, why do I have such a pull to this person? Why am I thinking so much about this person? What am I supposed to learn? And I think that as you release and you let go, Ten of Wands is the opportunity to drop the burden of the heaviness that you have been pushing through the nodal axis the last year. And what you don't see coming, as we have with the world, right? Hiding in the shadows here is wrapping up this cycle, feeling that recognition and reward for a job well done. Some of you, if you want to take it to the minutia, this is you maybe getting some sort of victory in your career, hiding in the shadows, or in love, as you find a new point. I thought there was something stuck there. And you may be feeling like you're unsticking yourself from situations that maybe didn't feed your fire, Aries. They kind of like maybe either drained your energy or they didn't recognize and honor and appreciate your essence, which, you are a fire sign. You don't want anyone to dampen that. So if you were dealing with anyone in this past year cycle that just took a lot out of you, drained your energy, you want to have connections that lift you up, right? That are uplifting and not draining. Like seeing that, Aries? All right, let's go into the cup energy. Nice. This is about personal fulfillment. I'm seeing good energy here for you, Aries, for October. And we are going to go deeper. Think of me as a energetic investigator. you know, right before the month hits, about a week out, I'm looking at the themes. And then as we get into closer to the first, I'm going to go deeper. And then by the mid month, we're really knee deep in the energies of the month. So that's kind of how Spirit's been directing me. So I feel like that's a really helpful approach, is to initially take a surface look at what's going on in the themes and the patterns. Because I think a lot of you are naturally doing this because you've been riding this north node, south node axis. And I mean, these are big, big elemental themes in our lives when we go through this time period where you really are taking almost what could feel like, since I heard 2008, everything that's happened and what did all of it teach you, all the different people that came in, the pull they had. What is it that you predominantly learned? That's what I'm talking about with the North and South node. And what is it that you've been clearing out of that? So what you have, the culmination point that you have reached here in your heart space, is a matter of personal fulfillment. And that's probably what I am assuming you were after all along. Isn't that what we want? We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel like our relationships are balanced, right? That there's an equal amount of giving and receiving. And so I think that's what you've been learning about. Is this aligned? Is this balanced? Because of that Libra axis. All right, now what you don't see coming, 5 of Cups. You know, you still are, there might be 1 or 2 snags, okay? We'll say people as snags. There might be some things you're still letting go of at this time. And maybe, I feel like you're kind of in and out. This camera. I am actually upgrading my camera this week. This is a week of upgrades, and you may be doing that yourself. Just upgrading everything, right? How you treat yourself, because we are in Libra season. This is the time where you need to be practicing more self-care, more self-love, taking a look at your habits and your behaviors and what you're allowing in your thoughts and in your relationships. What are you tolerating? What are you navigating? What do you need to release? And it looks like you've got some sadness that you're still working through. And what's hiding in the shadows? Well, we have double 5 of Cup energy. Wow, Aries. That's why I wanted to bring 2 decks in here. It feels like you have underneath it all an opportunity, right? The theme in October, to turn the corner. It's almost like you've had this nagging feeling of loss and grief for the karmic people, the karmic relationships that you've had to release. I mean, this is grief, and we have it doubly so. I think that you've been a little upset, hurt, confused. This 5 of Cups can also be a card of confusion around why we feel the way we feel. And you know, sometimes it's not even a question of why. It's just feel it, Aries. Feel it. Because the more you feel it and release it and honor the people that have come and gone, and not see that, I think a lot of times what gets hard for us is we hang on. It's so hard to let go, especially of the karmic people. The people that we were like, okay, I'm going to come down with you and we're going to play this out. And I'm going to learn how to honor myself and honor my needs and not be codependent. And we all do this at varying degrees with all kinds of relationships in our lives, family, friends, lovers. This is about you putting your needs first and what makes you happy, Aries. And you've had a predominant history of not doing that. And so your fulfillment lies in you breaking these patterns permanently. But it almost feels like you're severing, you're severing from the people, places, and things that held you back. And also parts of yourself that I think this is why it's double grief. It's like you're letting go of an older, outdated version of you. And you're also letting go of people that you used to be with in that play. And it doesn't make it easy, y'all. It does not. And this, I'm telling you, it's hitting Aries and Libra harder this year than any other zodiac because of the North and South node. And if you want to do more investigating, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not an astrologer, but I know enough about this just from my own experience of this year, having it be kind of like, WTF? Why does this feel like, Groundhog Day, right? You may have had one person come in, and it felt very, aligned, and then it wasn't. And then you had to let go, and then you had another person come in, and it felt very aligned, and then it wasn't. So it's like you could have had these brief experiences with friends or lovers, both, where it just, you were trying to call in new opportunities, but it may not have been perfectly aligned for your karmic destiny, right? Your karmic past right? What you're trying to learn, but not where you're going. And those people can't go with you. And that's very hard. It's very hard because of that magnetic attraction, that magnetic pull to that person. So feel what you need to feel, Aries. In other words, feel what you need to feel. All right. Double grief. Honeys, I want to give you a big hug. I know. I'm right here with you. Think of me as your energetic twin right now. I feel your pain. I do. I'm laughing about it because we have to make light of these things that, it's like the wind. The wind changes direction all the time, and we just have to go with it. The tree isn't standing there going, "Why are you changing direction on me? This isn't fair," right? You just go with it, right? You flow. You flow with the energy. You try not to hold on too tight. Some helpful advice there, but it doesn't make it any easier. All right, now let's go into your sword energy. Whoa, that wants to come out in reverse. What is this? Nice. You're removing the blocks so you can find clarity. That's what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. The sword of truth. You've been after the truth. It's interesting. I didn't know if I'd bring this up, but as I was getting ready, I made a 80s playlist for the weekly messages from Spirit. This week, I just was inspired because of this solar eclipse coming up in Libra. And you could be feeling the heaviness in your heart around this time around people that you actually have had to release that you miss. It's almost like what could have been. And it might pull on you at this time, especially during Libra season where we have more of and Scorpio and Venus, which is the deeper current of our heart aches, our heart feelings. And what I see predominantly is your mind is telling you, well, let me bring it back. Sorry, I got distracted by that. Your theme song that was coming up today was I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. And it's almost, Spirit was telling me as I was hearing this, that this is what Aries has been grappling with. Like, what is love? Like, you know what love isn't, right? You know what love isn't. And sometimes we have to go through that. And that's why I see all the sadness, is you've been learning what love isn't. And sometimes we have to know what something isn't in order to know what we really, 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 really believe it to be. And I know we live in a convoluted universe, y'all. Okay? The sooner we accept that, the easier it becomes. Where it just does not make sense, rational sense. But the deeper you go in the layers, the more you start to realize, all right, it's time for me to let go. This is being at a crossroads. I think you've had many moments of that, Aries, but you're in reverse here. This is the theme of October. So you're coming out of a period where maybe the energy just felt blocked to you, where either you were grappled with indecision about, do I want this person in my life? Do I not want this person in my life? Are they healthy for me? Are they not healthy for me? And almost the over-analysis aspect of people in your life. So this blocked energy is freeing up, right? And I'm saying this because this has probably been a predominant energy for you since the 25th of March, all right, was when this really hit you, okay? When we went through the previous eclipse season, okay? So what was going on at the end of March of this year that you now have a lot more clarity on? And what you have clarity on, what's hiding in the shadows of that clarity is your healing. You know what? This whole year has practically been the year of Aries healing codependency and honoring self and setting healthy boundaries, right? And treating yourself with more respect and more love. So this predominant theme for your mind space, this is your mindscape with the sword energy, is you're not going to feel as blocked moving forward throughout the month of October. The energy is going to be freeing up. You're going to feel like you're going to be met with energies that match your intensity, right? You could feel like no one understands that part of you, right? But it helped you understand more about what you believe. And you have a lot of clarity right now around what you believe is possible for you, because anything is possible. The only thing we have to tweak is what we believe, right? It's our own beliefs that limit us, y'all. And I know it's hard for us to accept that. That's when we give away our power to other people, places, and things that disempower that notion. So this is beautiful energy, Aries. For October, I feel like it's going to be a much easier month for y'all, and I'm happy to see that. All right, now let's get into, oh, I don't want to get these all jumbled up. I will read reversals, but not, today is more, let's just get into what, let's just not make it more complicated than it has to be. And I think whenever I say these words, I think that's what you're learning as well. You're trying not to make things more complicated than they need to be. When it comes to the month of October, you're just like, I just want to be in aligned relationships. I'm going to make decisions accordingly. I'm not going to be stirring anything up. It's almost like a lot of your focus, which we're going to see here in the Pinnacle energy, but I feel like your focus is on career clarity and your own healing. And you've been in this phase for a hot minute, Aries. Nice. Two of Pentacles, right in the wave. Yeah, this is around, yeah. So, talk about this. Two of Pentacles. This was a major theme for the week for the collective. Riding the waves, right, of the energy. Like I said, one day you're like, God, I'm on such a high, right? I feel so good. And the next day you're like, man, I feel like completely depressed. And it's Libra is that scale. And I'm telling you, it's one of those push-pull types of months, but we're moving into more of a month of opportunity and no longer being in that wrestling place within ourselves. So you have an opportunity to ground your energy and stabilize that energy. That's what you don't see coming. But the theme is that the more you deliberate back and forth around your boundaries about people, the more you're going to feel topsy-turvy. Right? You are, like I said, when you were looking at, like, you're telescoping out, Aries, at this time. And I think that your navigation system is pointed towards assessing and evaluating the people, places, and things that are in it for the long haul for you, where you can extract these seeds that you've planted in the fruits, right? These are the fruits that are now ready for picking, that will bring about more abundance for you. And that's your focus. So there is something that you're trying to stabilize in your career, I'm seeing for a lot of you, and in your relationships. You're still going through a little bit of an evaluation around, I'm hearing one person. There's one person. I'm not sure. Oh, crap. I'm not sure who they are to you. Oh, interesting. It looked like one fell on the floor. This one's going to be important. I have a feeling. Follow your passion. That's the main growth in the major arcana when we saw the Judgment, the Sun, and the World, all right, for October. This is about following your passion. It's like you're laying the mic down. I mean, that was like a mic drop. If there's something that excites and motivates you, it's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. Don't silence it. Yeah, you could be going back and forth about investing in something. Queen of Pentacles can sometimes be the business owner and entrepreneur. This is someone who makes wise decisions, exercising logic, practicality, but long term. Like you're all about, which is really beautiful for you, because less impulsivity, more stability. That's the future for you, Aries. But you could still, those foundations that you have that you rely on are here to stay. You don't have to feel like that's not there for you. You are working on cultivating more groundedness, but also through that anchoring. Isn't it true that the more grounded and stable you feel, the more you have energy and fearlessness to pursue your passions? So that's that energy of October, where the more you ground in your energy and the more you stop wasting time on people who aren't serving you, who get you up into a place of indecision and sadness and confusion, the more energy you have freed up to follow your passions. That's your growth spurt. The wood energy for you this month is just follow your passions and don't let anyone get in the way of that. Okay? Don't let anyone get in the way of that. Now, let's see what the Akashic message is for your wand energy with this 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Feeling lit up, like I said, going towards your passions, inner peace. You were letting outside circumstances create turmoil and frustration within you. This is for this whole past year, all right? What you've been learning about since the beginning of the year, and especially what hit last March. You could have felt like I said, Groundhog's Day, like something came back. I don't think the person came back. Some of you, they did. But this is more of that energy, right? That seems to be predominant around blocks in the energy flow. Remember, you always have the power to choose your response. Let inner peace attract a higher vibrational outcome for you. So that's been the whole lesson around your fire, right? Your victory is around moving forward from a place of inner resolve and peace. That you have the power to choose how you respond, not react, respond. You slowed yourself down. But now that you've taken this lesson, the energy is going to speed back up again for October. Now, let's see what your Akashic is for your cup energy, which is your water. So that was your fire, wood and fire. Now we're going into water. Professional assistance. Some of you have really been leaning on wise counsel. Could be anyone. It could be a body worker. It could be an acupuncturist, a natural healer, or it could be a therapist of some sort, or a teacher, Hierophant energies, a spiritual advisor, a mentor, a coach, a counselor. It may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area, from legal or financial advice to more personal needs such as counseling or therapy. So some of you, because of this prolonged grief or this state of imbalance between there's something that might be weighing on you heavily, Aries, in October, where I feel like a lot of you have already been seeking professional assistance. That's interesting. I don't often get that, but that if you're feeling like you can't get out of a certain feeling, then it really does help to talk to another person. That person is neutral and they can really provide insight. Some of this professional assistance could be watching tarot readings and feeling like you're having a therapeutic release in that way, because I just heard therapeutic release, emotional release, letting go of the emotional baggage. Don't take it with you. All right. This double Five of Cups energy, you could be really releasing a lot emotionally this month. And underneath it all, once you move past these waves, they feel like waves. Some of them might feel like tidal waves, but you will get through it, right? You will get through it. You're healing from something. Swords. This is a lot of air energy. This is kind of highlighted too this month during Libra season. So what this has all led to in your lessons, right? The healing work, the clarity, and the removing of blocks. What did it all teach you, Aries? The Kosh is telling you right now, trust in yourself. Trust in yourself, Aries. Don't place your trust in other people. It's about trusting yourself. The more you do that, you will have that mirrored out to you, because our relationships will always serve as mirrors for how we are treating ourselves. All right. Are we setting healthy boundaries, or are we prioritizing our needs? Are we acting in accordance with someone else's needs to please them? All right. Are we setting ourselves up for that? Past life clearing. Some of you might even be called to do hypnosis. I'm hearing past life regression. These are all the things that we need throughout our journey as healing, right? Healing opportunities, right? Around our heart space, around our emotional body. And when it comes to your mental body, right? Your air energy, you've got this. You've worked so hard to get this far, Aries, and you have the ability to create the things you desire. Learning to trust in yourself and your abilities will take you to your highest timeline. That's what you got to work on this month. At every turn, trust in you. And now the Pentacle energy. This way, it's like you've been experiencing a lot of emotional waves. That's what I'm feeling. Through the karmic clearing of the North and South nodes. Some of you have been doing deep ancestral healing around your family dynamics, your family of origin. Resolution. Wow. All right. So this is around you finding stability and grounding in your energy and reevaluating and reassessing, just like I said, the telescoping and taking a bigger vision, because you're wrapping up a cycle where you're headed towards more happiness and you're making very important decisions. And you could be going back and forth about certain people in your life during October. But overall, I see you coming out of it in a more stable place, because you're healing, trusting yourself, removing the blocks, and moving through the grief. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with, it is about to be resolved, Aries. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. Yeah, you've got a fresh start. I feel like a lot of you are moving away from some sort of karmic pattern, or even an individual or multiple individuals. Right? Strong bonds are the hardest to break. Yeah. Fated ending. Fated ending. Some of you have been back and forth about walking away from somebody at this time. Perhaps a King of Swords. Someone who has a lot of air. All right, let's see. Let's see what the advice is from Spirit. What is the advice, Spirit, for Aries for October? Again, I will be doing another reading pretty soon. We'll go in deeper into the energies. This came out sideways, King of Cups. Your heart. Heart's been a little bit sideways, Aries. Around, especially around opportunities that seem to be a bit newer with the Page of Wands. Newer opportunities. And doesn't mean it's around love. Some of you, it's definite. That doesn't want to go back in. Yeah. So your advice here is to maybe even pause a little bit. Pause a little bit around proceeding forward with love at this time. Because right now, you're going through some sort of ending. What it's leading to is greater fulfillment. It's like the people that you know you're not aligned with. This came in reverse. All right, Aries. So this is about what is it that is draining your energy? What people are not aligned with who you are now, what you want, who you're becoming. It's time to let it go. Right? I think that you have someone in your life who's very logical. Okay? You are letting go of somebody, male or female. They may have a strong air energy, like I said, and it hasn't been easy because you might have felt like you were on hold with this person and you had a lot of hopes and desires for this to lift off or reboot it with that Seven of Pentacles. Some of you, this is trying to reconcile with someone, but at the end of the day, this is about you going through this powerful transformation and knowing, you know what? And also, if this is representative of you, this King of Swords energy is you, trusting in you. This trust in yourself coming out of a blocked energy. You could have had just... This is what I call when Spirit sits us down and says, you know what? You need to learn from this. You're going to keep repeating it if you don't learn it. And I know how hard this can be, y'all. I've been here. I'm right here with you. Like, man, all right, I think I learned the lesson. It took me a couple tries. I repeated that class a couple times, but I get it. I get it. All right, now let's get the Chinese 5-element oracle to close this off. This is a little longer for y'all. Ooh, no. But I think I appreciate the long form, you know? It's like we go on a little journey together, riding on a train side by side before it gets to the stop you're seeking. Water dragon. Water dragon. Manifesting your dreams. 29 goes down into 11. High vibration. You are definitely moving into a higher vibration, Aries. And you just, this is the work. This is the work, y'all. No one said it was easy. Good Lord. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. All right. The water dragon highlights the power of determination over fear. With yang water as the heavenly frequency, our fear of the unknown can run as deep as a vast ocean, yet our relentless drive to explore the mysteries contained within its depths can defeat the fear itself, especially with the presence of the dragon. As a young earth sign, the dragon not only has the willpower and strength to rise above fear, but also the playfulness and audacity to ride and fly over the waves. This card is a reassurance from the divine that you're on the right path and your way to manifesting your lifelong dreams despite challenges and adversities. And on your way, sorry. Feel the change in the air. What you've been working for is finally within reach. You've never been one who shies away from fear, as much as it terrifies you. Every step you've taken out of your comfort zone begins with fear, and yet you've learned to turn that fear into excitement once you're on the other side. Your guides are cheering your progress and encouraging you to give yourself a pat on the back for each step you take. No matter how small, if you feel like you haven't done enough, just look at how far you've come. Though you still have far to go, the lessons and experiences you've picked up along the path will guide you well through your journey. Young water invites curiosity with its depths and vastness. Follow that curiosity to open new doors and new adventures. In the spirit of the dragon, now is the time to empower your dreams. Set measurable goals that will guide you to the next steps. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care.